I was a self-represented litigant, and it wasn't because I wanted to be, it wasn't because I was bored. It was something that I was thrown into, and I could not afford a lawyer. And honestly, I didn't know what else was available to me, so I struggled through the whole process of just trying to get through the process. One time I was brought to court, and it was something I had to learn to do. I've lived kind of below the poverty line for the last decade, so even though I was below the poverty line, I couldn't get legal aid. I made too much money. So, you know, what else is there if you can't get legal aid and you can't afford a lawyer? Well, I was stuck in the middle, and you know, I figured if the other party could do it, then I certainly could. Having a university degree, it means I'm not completely stupid, so I should be able to figure something out. Well, let me tell you how horrifying that experience is. Very frustrating, very aggravating. You feel very alone, very isolated. You feel like there's no help for you. It feels like you're kind of spinning out of control and you don't know where to go. You can get all the information online, but applying it to your situation and having it make sense to you and how it applies to your situation in court is completely different. You know, and doing it on your own, like I said, is very isolating. Trying to get the answers to the questions, you know, you might find a form online on the government website that tells you this is what you need to do, but what is that? And what is that form? And then you get the form and you check off the wrong box, and it could cause chaos. And that almost happened to me, and a clerk just looked at me across the counter and said, "Do you really want to do that?" Well, maybe not. You know, I didn't know how to go forward with that. The thought that everybody who self-represents wants to because they want to challenge or they want to argue with the other party, and I'll show you in court and I'll win and I'll beat you. Well, that's just ridiculous. I don't know what the judges think. I don't know what the other lawyers think, but it's a club. It's a club that you don't belong to, and you have to try and figure out the rules, and they don't give you the rules, and they're not written out anywhere. You know, if you haven't gone to law school, if you haven't grown up in that club, there's no way you're going to figure it out. So that was my harsh reality, is trying to claw my way through a system that I knew nothing about. Even though, you know, I'm an intelligent person, it's like learning a new language or being dropped into a different culture where you don't know why people are behaving the way they're behaving or why they're doing certain things, but they're doing it. And so you got to kind of blend in. You don't want to stick out, and you have to know how to behave and what to do and when to do it. And if you don't, it could be to your detriment, you know, in a legal system, in the family law system.